Hello, my name is Starry, and I was born and raised in Bloomington, Indiana, and attended IU from 2011 to 2014, where I got my degree in public financial management from SPIA. Ever since, I have been working within the international development sector, and starting with the United States Peace Corps in Lesotho. I left about 4 months after I completed my degree, and my role in Lesotho was a healthy youth volunteer working within local communities to help mitigate HIV among the youth. I was there for about 2 years, and in Lesotho I learned how important language is to integrating into a new culture. For the first 3 months of service, we learned the local language Sesotho, 7 days a week for 5 hours a day, and we lived with a host family to have the best immersion experience possible. And this allowed all of the volunteers, so there were about 35 of us at the time, to learn the language and to really get to know the everyday ins and outs of living in Lesotho. Even though English is a national language in Lesotho, if you were unable to speak Sesotho, you were unable to really connect on a deeper level with the Basotho people, this Basotho community. So I built a lot of relationships by speaking the local language, and it's super important to remember, not to make the assumption that even though English is a national language, not everyone's going to be able to speak it. So then after Lesotho, I moved to Germany to continue my path within the international development sector by getting my master's degree in public policy at the Heritage School in Berlin. I've been here for about 2 years. Even though my studies are in English, I found it was important to learn German to use in my everyday life. So even though I'm reading and arguing and studying in English, my everyday life was still in Germany, and I also hoped to find a job while I was studying, so it's super important to know German if you're living in Germany. Which brings me to my job today. I'm currently working at an NGO called Street Football World that works internationally supporting organizations that use football for social change. Football in this context is soccer. I started as an intern and now work as a part-time project assistant while I'm completing my studies. My current role is analyzing data from the 135 network members from across the world to evaluate the strength of the network as a whole and to identify where Street Football World's resources can help and assist the network members on the ground. The working environment is fast-paced, and even though the working language again is English, there are over 6 different languages spoken within the office on any given day. For the past 5 years, I've been working within cultures where languages play a crucial role. If I had any advice for anyone who wants to get into this sector, it would be to be open to new languages and always try to learn the local language as well as basics of other languages. This will allow you to make connections on a more personal level within a professional context, which is more valuable than people might think. While I was in high school, I took Latin and then never took a language at IU, and I wholeheartedly regret that decision now that I know what my professional career is going to look like, or somewhat what it's going to look like. And at the same time, while I was in high school, I never thought that I would need to know any other language besides English, and I think that is something that I truly see now as something that I wish I would have known, that languages are very powerful in any context. Even if you are just going to stay in the US, knowing another language opens up a whole new world and many more doors.